Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 29th of March 2018 and we're going to reflect on John chapter 13 verses 1 to 15. Now before the festival of the Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The devil had already put it into the heart of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray him. And during supper, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going to God, got up from the table, took off his outer robe, and tied a towel around himself. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with a towel that was tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered, "You do not know now what I am doing, but later you will understand." Peter said to him, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no share of me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head." Jesus said to him, "One who is bathed does not need to wash except for the feet. And you are clean, though not all of you," for he knew who was to betray him. For this reason he said, "Not all of you are clean." After he had washed their feet, had put on his robe, and had returned to the table, he said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for that is what I am. So if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set you an example that you also should do as I have done to you." This is the gospel of the Lord. I hear the term servant leader bandied about a lot, especially among those who have risen to positions of leadership within the church. But there seems to be a lot of confusion about what it really means. We can get a few answers from this incident described in the Bible where Jesus demonstrates what it means to be a servant leader. It is an amazing demonstration. Apart from the crucifixion of Jesus, there is no incident narrated in the Bible about him that shocks the senses quite like this one. God washing the feet of man. Tell me it doesn't shock you. Jesus, the Son of God, dropping to his knees in front of sinful man and washing his feet, doing a job normally reserved for servants. And then Jesus says, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for that is what I am. So if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set you an example that you also should do as I have done to you." Now note this. Jesus doesn't stop being leader while he serves. He remains Lord of the apostles. And he says, if you now acknowledge that I am Lord, then you have to do what I do. He could have said, do what I say, but he always led by example, always demonstrating what he wanted others to do, always, to the point of death, which is why he says, "Greater love has no man than he who lays his life down for his friends, and then he dies for his friends." So let us follow Paul's advice. Let the same mind be in you that was in Christ Jesus, who, though he was in the form of God, did not regard equality with God as something to be exploited, but emptied himself, taking the form of a slave, being born in human likeness. And being found in human form, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. That's Philippians 2:5-8. Tomorrow is Good Friday. Let us die with Jesus to ourselves so that we can be born again in him. God bless you.